What's up, people? Thought I'd make a YouTube video. It's been far too long since I did that. So I want to focus on my training lately because I think it could be of value to some people. Lately I haven't been able to go to the gym. First because I was traveling last week, and now because of this virus that is still going around. So what do I do when I can't go to the gym? Well, I do bodyweight exercises. As you can see here, I'm doing lunges. Now this is one of the best lower body workouts. It works the quads, the hamstrings, the glutes, the adductors, even a little bit of calves. Not a whole bunch, but a little bit. So this is basically going to work your entire lower body. Now obviously, since you're just using body weight, you can see me going around the corner, but don't worry, I come back. You can see the face mask I'm wearing, which does not make it easier. You'd think it would help your respiration. Not so much. But this is going to work your whole lower body. It doesn't really work your lower back, so don't expect it to really help your squat or your deadlift a lot, but it will help you maintain your muscle when you can't get to the gym. Because you're using body weight, I would use higher reps. So today I did 5 sets of 75 steps, and I want to build up to about 5 to 6 sets of 100 steps. I think that's a good number to shoot for. These are painful. These really suck. There's no way to really sugarcoat these. Each set takes about 2 minutes, and by the last, 20 or 30 steps, your legs are on fire. But don't worry, that feeling is actually muscle growing. They've done studies, and you should suck it up and don't be a wimp. That's what I do, and it seems to work pretty well. So bodyweight lunges is probably the go-to when you can't get to the gym. Another one would be jump squats, bodyweight squats, or Bulgarian split squats. Those are all going to be good bodyweight exercises. And all of them are going to be best done for high reps. So you're thinking 15, 20, 30 reps per set. And this can build muscle. I've actually noticed muscle growth from doing this. Is it as good as squatting a few hundred pounds? Probably not. But I think for long-term health, it's a good option. Alright, moving on to pause, pull-ups, and chin-ups. You can see I'm messing around with the mask. These are going to work the lats, the biceps, the lower traps, and the forearms, as well as the rear delts. These are a really, really good option. They've been called the lower body squat for good reason. They work a huge amount of muscle, and I use full range of motion. In the past, I've done partial range of motion, where I was sort of just pumping out the middle half of the range of motion. I don't think that's as effective. Using a full range of motion, even on that last one, is going to be much more effective. Here's a set I did today with a neutral grip. So this is where your hands are facing each other, and I actually prefer this version as it's easier on the wrists, it's easier on the elbows and on the shoulders, and it's a much more natural way to do pull-ups. This was a set of 16 with fairly strict form, at least for the first 10 reps. It gets a little bit ugly at the end, but this was fighting for a personal best. I beat it by 1 rep, so I'm fine with my form getting a little bit sloppy. This is a very safe exercise. I wouldn't really do that on deadlifts or on squats. But on pull-ups, you're probably not going to get hurt, so I'd say go for it. This is going to be a fantastic way to build up your back as well as your arms. In fact, EMG studies show that this is as good for the biceps as any curl. So this will actually get more bicep activation, you can see me cheating a bit on the last rep, than any other curl. Moving on to dips. So these are wide grip dips that I did a couple days ago. This was 5 sets of 25. So fairly high volume. The range of motion isn't as high. I'm actually just going down to where I feel a stretch on the front of my shoulder and my pecs. So this is going to build up your chest the front of your delt, as well as your triceps. This is what I did today with a narrower grip and a bit more range of motion. These are tough. These really will blow up your front delts, your chest, and your triceps. It doesn't really get much better than that in terms of upper body movements. If you want bang for your buck, dips and pull-ups are definitely where it's at. And if you do higher reps, you don't really need to add weight to get a lot out of the exercise. So this was, I think I did a couple sets of 20, and then maybe a set of 17, 18, and 15. So usually on these, I go to failure. I don't think there's anything wrong with going to failure on a very safe exercise like dips or pull-ups, especially for higher reps. I wouldn't do dips for like sets of 4 or 3 or 5, just because I think it puts your shoulder joint in a little bit of a precarious situation. But for body weight, there's no harm in going close to failure. So try these out, and if you can't make it to the gym, you can still make some gains.